Hi students, welcome back in the period of geography. In the last period, we started lesson number 10 of geography, that is human settlements. In that period, we learned that how the settlements developed and how it gave a stability to the human life. Today, we are going to learn some types of human settlements. Okay, let's start it. See this figure carefully. What you are able to see? The three different points are shown to you in this figure. Are you able to see? Point number A, point number B and point number C. All these points are same. Here with the A, you are able to see some houses. With the B, you are able to see some houses, and with the C also you are able to see a house. Okay, then the pattern of these houses are same. Their shapes of their houses same? No. Is it correct? The housing pattern is the different one. Here shapes are the different one. In the C, only one house is situated. Okay. With the B, you are able to see a line of houses beside the road. And in a picture, you are able to see some houses, they are situated beside the lake. Okay. So, their shapes are different, here in one line, here with the shape of that lake, and here only one or two houses are shown to you. Then why the people made their houses like this? Can you guess? Certainly some factors are affecting to this housing pattern. Okay. Then the which factors are they? There are three main types of factors which are affecting to the human settlements, or the shape of the village or shape of city or shape of that particular housing pattern as well as human settlements. Okay. The first one is their physical, second one cultural, and the third one economic. Okay. In the physical one, the physiography of that place is very important. Means the land or the soil of that particular place, climate of that place, water supply, mountain regions, how the rivers are there in that area, all these factors are affecting to the human settlements. Second one, cultural one. In this type of the human settlements, many factors are affecting. Do you like to live in that area where the two countries started the war every time? On the borderline you want to live on India and Pakistan, where the India and Pakistan started a war every time. Shelling is there, firing is there, bomb blast is there. You want to make house in that area? Certainly not. Means defense is a one of the important character for the human settlement. With that, where the health facilities are there, education facilities are there, in that area people made their houses on a large scale, as well as the area where the government offices are there, tourism spots are there, historical any importance is there, any religious importance is there of that place, they made their houses settlements near about that. Means near about temple, near about gurudwara, mosque, as well as fort. People made their houses settlement near about these things. Okay. Now the third important thing, or the factor is economical thing. Everyone need the money. Economical conditions are good, then the people live very happily. That's why they made their settlements on the basis of economical conditions. Okay, which conditions are there? Where the large scale land is there for the agriculture. Hmm? The second one, many opportunities are there for the job or the occupations. Transportation system and the communication system is good of that particular area. Industries are there, trade is there, as well as many government offices are there in that area. Where all these facilities are provided in that area, people started to make their settlements. Okay, understood? These are some factors due to that the human settlements affects the physical factor, cultural factor as well as the economical factor. Okay, understood this? Okay, now see. On the basis of progress, human settlement is divided into the three parts. Here the human settlement is divided mainly into the two parts, or we make the parts of human settlement on the basis of first one, the progress, and second one, the housing pattern or the number of houses or the pattern of houses. In that first one, the human settlement or the types of human settlement on the basis of their development. On the basis of development, three main parts are there. First one is the hamlet, second one is the rural area, and the third one is the urban area or the urban settlement. The first one, hamlet, means the small pada, small village or wadi, tanda, which is situated in a mountain regions. Very less people live in that area, no facilities are there in that area. Electricity, roads, communication, development facilities are not provided. If provided, it is in a very less amount. Okay. Now the second one, rural settlement. Rural area means the village area. In that area, some facilities are provided by the government, but it is in a small scale. Electricity is there, small road is there. And the third one, urban settlement. This is a city area, metropolitan city, big cities. In that area, many development facilities are provided by the government to the people. That's why in that area, people live on a large scale with compared to the hamlet and the rural area. Okay. On the basis of distribution of houses, human settlement is divided into the three parts that we are learning in this lesson on a large scale. Okay, the first one, the scattered settlements, the second one, nucleated settlements, and the third one, linear settlements. Okay, let's learn it one by one. The scattered settlements. This type of settlement generally found into the dense forest. Where it found? You have to know this. This type of settlement generally found into the dense forest, grasslands, mountain areas, in the hot deserts, and in the extensive agriculture lands where the people did the extensive agriculture. In that area, we are able to see the scattered type of settlement. Okay. In this type of settlements, houses are far away from each other. See in this figure, you are able to see the four houses are there, they are situated in a far away from each other. They are close to each other? No, they are situated far away from each other. This is known as scattered type of settlement. Okay. Now, let's learn some characteristics of this scattered type of settlement. The distance between two houses are more. Are you able to see here? Compare with this figure. The distance between two houses are more. This settlement have the less population. See, if the population is more, then we have to prepare the more houses. But here, the less population is there. That's why they made their houses in a scattered one or far away from each other. The development facilities like electricity, roads are not provided in that area. Okay. These settlements are close to the nature. where we are able to find these types of settlement. We are able to find these types of settlement into the farms. People live near about their farms. Some are living into the forest. They collect the natural things from that forest and they sell these things. So they live into the forest. So one houses, two houses, five houses are there in that area. So in that area the facilities are not provided. Okay, one thing. Second, they are closer to the nature. Okay, third important thing, the population of this area is very less, and the mostly people engage into the primary occupation in this type of settlements. People engaged into the primary settlement. What are the characteristics of this area? Facilities are not provided in that area. Here they are close to the nature, they are free from the pollution, as well as they engaged into the primary occupation. Houses are long from the each other, or the distance between two houses are long. Understood this? Now they have to fill their regular requirements, the different things they needed, then how they live in that dense forest, in the farms. So they depend for their day to day requirements to the nearing and neighboring village, or near about any big village is there, they went there in once in a week, twice in a week, they purchase the things from that village and they come in that in their area for the living. Understood this? This is known as scattered type of settlement. Now the next, nucleated settlement. Nucleated settlements are situated near about some important features like rivers, lakes, commercial centers, industries, health, education facilities. Means here in the nucleated settlements where the people made their settlements, where some important facilities are provided to the people by that particular area. Any industry is there, they made their houses, their settlements near about that industry. If any lake is there, they made their houses around that lake. Any gurudwara is there, any temple is there, religious place is there, companies, factories are there, any hospitals are there, schools are there, government uh, offices are there. People start to make their settlements near about these things. Okay, so it is known as the nucleated type of settlements. They are situated near about. Okay, the houses are closer to the each other. See some characteristics of this nucleated one. In this type of settlements, people made their houses close to the each other. The second one, many social services are provided to them. Means roads are there, communication facilities are provided to them, hospitals, schools, as well as ambulance. Like this, many facilities are provided to these peoples. Due to some important factor like the lake, industry, religious place, these settlement get a particular shape. If lake is there, which type of shape they form? A round shape. Hmm? Any square fort is there, then how they made the settlement? They made their settlement into the square form. So the different shapes are formed due to the important factors which are available in that particular place. Okay, in these areas where the old areas are there, in that area the roads are very narrow. Okay, are you able to see these things in your village or in your cities? Yes, exactly. If we went in that area where is the old city, then the roads are very narrow in that area. Okay. See one example here. If you went to the Tulzapur, you are able to see due to the religious place in that old area or old city of Tulzapur, there the roads are very small. We are not able to go inside that place. This is one example of nucleated type of settlement. Okay. Here in that area, due to the different factors, people come from the different caste, religion, race, ideology, and they live together. Due to this, they have a good social life. In the village, have the lot of places, into the padas, into the another type of settlement, they have the more land in their hands, so they make the houses hmm, long away from each other or not closer to each. But here the people come on the large scale in this area, they made their houses closer to the each other. That's why here the social life is good, means they help to each other, they mix with the another culture. Understood this? Okay. Now come on the third one, linear settlement. Linear means, are you able to see? This is in a one line. Okay. In the maths also you learn linear program and the other. So here also linear settlement means the settlement occurred in a one line. Linear settlement seen along with the roads, railway lines, rivers, sea coast and the foothill regions, means at the foothill of the any mountains we are able to see this type of the settlements. This type of settlements are narrow in the shape. They are not making a large houses backside of that road. What they did, they made one or two lines, one or three lines of their houses, and they made a long area for this. Okay. See this figure here also you are able to see how they made their houses along with the roads. Okay. What are the characteristics of this settlement? Houses in settlements are along with the road, single or the double line. As the time passed, the people made the lines parallel to each other. As the first line over, they made the second one. Again needed, they made the third one. Again some parallel roads are there to it. This is a characteristics of linear settlement. Okay. In this type of settlement, roads are parallel to the each other. Beside these houses, we are able to see some shops and the market. Understood this? These settlements grow along with the road or the bank of a river. Where we are able to see this type of settlement, where the railway line is there, road is there, highway is there, river is there, on the bank of river. Many times you are able to see the one line of the houses, or if you are passing through the railway, you started the journey with the railway, then if you see outside you are able to see one line of the houses at the small villages made by the people. This is nothing but linear type of settlements. Okay. What we learn in this lesson? Why the settlements are important? Settlements means the houses of the people. First the people settled down at one place and he started to make his settlements, villages. Due to that he got the stability. Afterwards we learn the types of the settlements on the basis of the development also, and on the basis of their housing pattern, or on the basis of how they are situated, their information also we learn. Okay. Hope you understood this lesson. Read this lesson carefully and learn the characteristics of the human settlements. Many times question will be asked on that. If you want to write the differences between two, linear settlement and the nucleated one, or nucleated one and scattered one, then you have to know the characteristics of these settlements. Okay. sometimes some characteristics are provided to you in the exam. The houses are closer to the each other, then which type of settlement it is, then you have to write it is the scattered type of settlement. Okay, when you are able to write these type of questions, when you know the characteristics of these three types of settlement, so read these characteristics properly, learn it, and write down the question and answer given below of this video in the notebook. Okay, thank you.